Hey guys, hopefully you're having a really great day today. Today I just want to talk about some secrets of exponential growth. Basically, how a student is able to go and get a $45,000 month inside of their business. I want to make sure that my microphone is going well. Let me make sure my microphone is well. Okay, testing, noise cancellation, echo cancellation, awesome. So, just some ground rules. Number one, if you're watching this thing live with me, let me know by writing down hashtag team live. If you're watching on the replay and just catching it in the end, go ahead and write hashtag team replay. I'm asking you guys to do this because we want to make sure that the video gets shown to more people. There's no real point in me doing these things for free if it's not going to be shown to a lot of people. So as a way of saying, hey, Bryce, I want you to keep doing these. I want to keep absorbing more knowledge. Even if we never work together, I still want you to be able to know exactly what to do. So please do one of those comments or like the video so that we can get it shown to more people. Now, write down hashtag connect if you ever want me to connect with you to answer some questions you might have about growing your business. And finally, if you want to see if I can help you grow your business without having to make mistakes that cause most people to fail, go ahead and click on the link inside of the video description either above or below the video to see if I can help you specifically. Now, let's kind of jump into this thing, okay? I have a bit of a cough today. No big deal. We're going to make it through, okay? So number one, okay, you have to really understand the buyer journey. Okay? The main thing inside of this title is exponential. What a lot of people face in their business is they struggle to get linear momentum, right? Because they can't actually get people to buy from them, right? So they can't go one client, two clients, three clients, four clients, five clients, six clients, and go a steady little thing. Hey guys, awesome. I see some people saying hello from the Philippines. Someone said hashtag connect. Great to see that. Great to see that. Now, that's what we're saying. Most people can't even get linear growth, right? So how do you start getting exponential growth? Basically, what we're going to be doing when we're talking about exponential growth is a couple different ways you can go about growing your business this way. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of like screen sharing inside of this. So, I'm just going to be sharing a lot, just being pretty transparent with a lot of this stuff. So we will go down here first. Okay. A couple ways to go exponential in your business. Okay. So number one, get more clients. 2, get more referrals. 3, double your prices. 4, double your lifetime value. Okay. These are 4 really easy ways for you to start going and doubling your income. Let me see if I'm back. Okay. So that's number one. Okay. You have to be thinking about that. A lot of people just think like, how can I get my first client? How can I go get my second client? How can I get my third client? When what you really need to be thinking is, how can I start making systems that are going to allow me to put in effort today and keep getting more and more and more and more and more leads over time, so that even when I start getting busier and busier and busier with my schedule, I'm able to go and get clients. So, for example, when I got started in 2014, the reason why it took so long for me to grow my accounting firm was that I was doing all of these tactics that were not going to have that residual effect. For example, I'd be going to like one networking event, right? And I just like try and talk to people and I'd try and get up my business cards and just wouldn't really work. Or I would actually go knock on the business owner's door. So I'd literally go and have like a stack of flyers and I'd like, for example, I remember one time at the jewelry store and the guy's like, this is the worst time of year for jewelry stores. If you knew anything about our industry, you know that. And I was like, oh, so would you like for me to come back? He goes, yeah, come back. I said, okay, so are you just saying that? Or do you actually serious about me, coming back? And the guy had a little chuckle. We actually ended up working together, but it took like 6 months. So it was in February when I sent that message, and it took about, I think, to like June or July before the person actually contracted me for the service, right? But instead, if I had had more of a scalable process, then I could have actually had a lot faster. I could have had 10 of those interactions at one time, and then by the time that June came around, I would have had 10 clients. And that's basically we start working inside the mentorship program for the students today. So just kind of drawing that, okay? So that is number one. You have to make sure that you start noticing like where are the different areas that you can start scaling. So let's go with the one that's actually the easiest one, right? Number one is getting more clients. Okay? So the hardest part that most people face is that no one knows them. No one knows you, right? So you have to start getting that awareness. Now, the thing that most people struggle with is what is the best platform, right? Because some people will like using like Upwork, they'll try and use Alignable, Craigslist, okay? And contrary to popular belief, okay? So a lot of people don't understand this. I'm not against Upwork and I'm not against those other social media platforms. What I am against is that excuse me, excuse me, wow. What I am actually against is that most people do not know how to use the platforms properly. Let me see if I'm like in. I'm so sorry. I can't control this thing. I have a new software. This is really weird. This is weird. Okay, whatever. Now back to what we're saying. So the problem most people face, right, is that they're not skilled enough to use those platforms. For example, Craigslist is good for cleanups. Right? I have a student inside the mentorship program, and she uses Craigslist as her main platform to go and get giant cleanup projects. Now, the reason why is because we had worked very, very, very closely to develop a really good Craigslist script that worked for a specific area, for the specific type of person that she's looking for, and for the specific type of dollar amount that she's shooting for, right? But for the average individual, they're not going to know exactly what to say, and you end up just getting crickets, right? Upwork is actually a very similar thing. So Upwork, when you're starting, right, it has a lot of scams. It has bottom of the barrel people. People, a lot of times, they don't treat you well, and they lowball you, right? Because in some cases, it can be a race to the bottom. Now, when you start getting really good, like I have some friends and I have some people that I converse with on a pretty regular, schedule that get a lot of money from Upwork. But again, they are highly skilled, and for the average person who's just getting started, you don't really have that skill set in place yet that's going to allow for you to be able to start really making some money. And that's really the challenge that everybody like faces when they're first getting started, right? It's about skills. If you don't have those skills, you're not going to be able to really get it to work, right? And that's going to lead to a lot of frustration, right? Oftentimes, what happens is you see a lot of people, and it's like they're trying really hard, right? They will be going to Upwork and they'll be getting like scammed, right? They have like someone who said, "Hey, I want you to work for me." Then they're like, "You have to go in this Telegram app. Then you have to go put in this check, and I'm going to actually send you a check. But if it bounces, then you have to go call this bank." And it's just like all these like little hoops that you have to jump through, right? Now, the next one that most people struggle with is like Instagram or Facebook business page, right? Now, the reason why that's hard is because you don't have enough traffic. You don't have enough traffic. That just means visitors. Traffic means visitors. And your content is not dialed in, right? If you don't have your content dialed in, it makes it very hard for you to be able to go and make any kind of sustainable money. And the reason why is because you just don't really make enough money you don't really have enough content or enough insight into what the people are actually facing, and it causes you not to be able to get the clients that you want. And what happens then is a lot of frustration, right? Because if you don't really know exactly why people are not signing up with you, it makes it very, very hard for you to be able to get the people to say yes. It makes it very hard for people to come to you. And when they do come to you, oftentimes they're not going to be the people that are going to pay you that higher dollar amount of money. Instead, the way that I like to do it, right, is I like to use LinkedIn. Okay, now the reason why is LinkedIn different? Okay, LinkedIn's a lot different because of the way that you can go and build relationships with people who fit your target criteria. Now, in some cases, these people have already indicated that they are actually looking for an accountant for a bookkeeper. So it makes it very easy. All you have to do is really work on getting them to trust you, right? Because they're already problem aware, or they're already solution aware. Problem aware means that they have a problem, like their current bookkeeper messed things up, or they just have a lot of things going on, and they need help ASAP. Now, On the other hand, there might be some that are solution aware. So they know a number of different accountants and bookkeepers, but they just don't really know exactly who to go to, right? And that can actually be very, very hard because if you're the first accountant or bookkeeper they ever met, now, one, it could be easy for you to get that appointment and for you to actually get them to want to work with you. But if they don't have any context into the pricing of how much it actually helps or how much it costs to get good help, then that's going to cause them to lowball you, and it's really hard for you to charge, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month. So we have to make sure that we're going after people that are already solution aware. Maybe they've talked to other accountants and bookkeepers, but they just have not quite found the right one, right? And that's where it's a lot easier. That's why LinkedIn is just way easier for you. Okay, so that's how you're number one going getting more clients. Now within LinkedIn, you need to start learning who is the right target to connect with, and then knowing exactly what you need to say in order to get them on the phone consultation with you, but in the right mind frame in order for you to get them to pay some money. Man, sorry about this. I'm a little bit sick today. It's really, really interesting. Man. Okay. So that's going to be key. You have to make sure that you not only get the people on the phone, right? They have to be in the right frame of mind to know enough about you in order for you to get them to go. Now, number one, how can we go and get them in a better mind frame? There's a couple different things you can do. Number one, if you have a website, you can actually send them your website and have them go and read an article that you wrote on your website before the consultation call. Number two, another thing you can do is you can have a 15-minute call in between, like when you do a meeting to when you do that 45-minute sales call, right? It's a consultation. But you do a 15-minute call to warm them up, tell them about your story, tell them about how you help people out, tell them about some of your past clients, and you get a really good feel to see whether or not this person's actually serious about the service that you're offering, right? You can even ask about what their budget is. You can even ask about like how have they tried this in the past. You can ask them why do they not have somebody currently, and it makes it really easy for you to get an understanding of their headspace and the time frame with which they will be ready to buy from you in the future. Okay, so that's how you start going and getting them to go. Now, that's why LinkedIn's really easy, right? After that, you just got to make sure you have a good sales presentation. And one thing that really helps with sales is just getting more confidence in yourself, right? That means learning how to talk to people. It means having comfort when it comes to talking about money, being okay talking to business owners that are doing, millions of dollars per year. When you start getting that comfort, then it becomes a lot easier for you to deliver the words that you're saying in a way that causes them to understand why they have to pay you so much money, right? The hardest thing about our business is that if someone does not value what you do and you do not know how to talk about the value of what you provide, it causes you to have two market forces working against you that cause them to want to only pay you a few $100s per month. Number one is they want to go and make you work hourly, right? So let's say, for example, they have about we'll say 5 hours worth of work that they think that it's going to take for you to do the books, right? Now, they're going to be, if you don't have any kind of way to hype up the value, if you're doing just basic bookkeeping, they're going to actually put you at $20, $25 per hour. Let's say on the low end, they only want to pay you $20 an hour, okay? So 5 hours per month times $20, about $100 per month. That's where they start getting that price from. It's not that being disrespectful, it's just that they're trying to calculate your hourly rate for you. Now, however, if you know how to actually talk about the value inside of your sales presentation, inside your consultation call, then what you're going to be doing is actually showing them why it's actually better for you not to be on an hourly model. Now, once you're able to escape from that hourly model, you're able to go and charge a much higher amount of money because it's not necessarily tied to the amount of time that you spend on it. That's how you can start getting these smaller companies to start paying you an above average amount of money, right? Like whenever you hear me talk about my firm's minimum is about $500 per month, the reason why is because no matter the size of the company that comes to me, if we can talk about the value and where they're trying to go, it makes it very easy for us to go and raise our price a little bit more. Now, that's number one. That's how you start getting more and more clients. Now, number two is how do you start getting more clients even when you are sleeping? So, number one, okay, getting more referrals. Okay, so you need to start building relationships with people who have value. A common mistake most people make is that they wait till they get clients. Mistake is waiting until you get clients to get referrals. I was talking to this individual yesterday, and I was really really interested in his business model because he gets a lot of his clients from referrals. And I was like, wow, man, it sounds like you're killing it, man. You must be at least at like 20,000 a month, right? And the person goes, no. I was like, what? But you're getting all these referrals. I'm so confused. He says, well, the referrals are generally about like 200, maybe $100 a month. I was like, oh, interesting. I did not realize that when he was saying he was getting referrals, they were client referrals, right? If you have the reason why it's so significant is because if you have a problem charging the price that you want, then you're going to start getting more of those lower dollar amount clients because whenever a client refers someone to you, oftentimes the thing that's said is, how much are they charging you? Right? So when they come to your consultation call and your friend has been paying like $300 a month, but this person has like a 5 times larger business, and you say the price is $1,500 a month, that referral starts getting frustrated. They're like, what? We charge my friend $300 a month. And it's like, okay, well, your businesses are totally different. The transactional volume's different. The needs of the business are totally different. You're in two different industries. Like, it doesn't make sense why it'd be the same, but they don't want to hear it, right? And they kind of bully you into, taking that lower price because oftentimes you want to get the client, and you built up your mind that if it's a referral, you're automatically going to get the client. So they kind of use that pressure against you. Instead, if you can start getting referral partners from people who are in either other industries or who have clients that are similar to the ones that you're trying to go after, and they charge premium prices, those are the people you need to start building relationships with. Okay, so when we talk about that student that got the $45,000 a month, right? It didn't just come from her marketing efforts. A lot of those leads come from other people who are constantly out there hunting for her, right? So basically, you have the system where I know exactly how to. For each person, there's a slightly different person you have to connect with. For some people, it might be a doctor's office, right? And they're going to refer all their clients. For some people, it might be a financial advisor. For some people, it might be a virtual assistant. You need to know specifically who is that person who can refer the most clients to you. And we have a system that shows you exactly how to do that, right? Then once you're there, I just give you a message script to be able to have the people understand exactly what you do and how you can help. And then they're more open to talking to you about, building that relationship. From there, I give you guys a script of what to say on those actual calls with the referral partners. So you're able to go and really put your best foot forward so they actually see you in the best light and they have the utmost confidence that they were to send people to you. You're going to do a really good job. Now, this is actually really important because sometimes what happens is if you don't have a lot of clients, your confidence is a little bit lower. So you need to know exactly what to say so even though your confidence is lower, if you have the right script and if you have the right things in place, you're going to be able to sound competent. Now, if you can sound competent, they're going to really forgive the fact that you're not confident. And that's going to allow you to be able to move forward a lot faster, right? Because then once you start getting those referrals coming in, they're already higher value, right? And that's what we talked about before, right? The 4 different ways for you to go and grow your business. Get more clients, get more referrals, double your prices, or double the lifetime value of each client. Man, this is very, very, very annoying. But it's whatever. And once I just got a text message from somebody, one of the students in the program. Now, another reason why this is so important, guys, is because the easiest one after that is to double the lifetime value of each client. Now, basically what I mean by that is every client has a lifespan. They have a certain amount of time that they are going to be either with you or working with you, or that they are going to be paying you money, right? Now, if you can extend that, or you can get them to pay more money while you are working with them, it makes it very easy for you to go and make the money you want. For example, one thing that's really helpful, like I had a student come into the program, I think it was like last Monday or something, right? The first thing we talked about was, hey, how many different services do you offer? So he had bookkeeping, he had payroll, he had virtual assistant services, he even did like social media management services. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting model. So let's say, for example, that you found somebody, and for that thing, give me 1 second, contain, cover, have screen, picture, cinema, thumbnails. this thing, guys. If you want some help growing your business, you're tired of maybe spinning your wheels like, oh, no sound. Someone says no sound. Interesting. Let's see. Interesting. I see there's a sound error. Thank you. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, go ahead and message me saying that. Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys can't hear me, go ahead and say you can't hear me. If you say it, let me know that. I might actually refilm this thing just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to hear things going on. Someone says yes. I don't understand. So some people say yes, they can hear me. Maybe it's when I share my screen that you can't hear me. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'll have to say, if you want some help growing your business, you're tired of maybe spinning your wheels, or maybe you just don't really know if it's possible for yourself because there's a lot of stuff that's out there that's like conflicting information. Some people say it takes a long time to grow a business. Some people say it takes a short time. Sometimes some people say business growth has to be complicated. Sometimes people say that it has to be, long. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You just have to know exactly what you need to do. You need to be patient with knowing that you're doing the right things, and over time, that's when you start really accelerating and start growing your business a lot faster. So if you want to avoid a lot of those mistakes that cause people to struggle, and just to be honest, like a lot of people don't understand. They think they have a million years to try and get this thing right. But the average person, you're going to try growing the business, and then it's not going to work for the first 6 months. Right now, some people they have a full-time job while they're growing the business, and it's just like it just doesn't really make any sense for them to continue on because they're not really making any money, right? Some people they aren't really working a job at this moment in time because they like quit their job in order to go and run this business full time, right? And you have a slight runway. Maybe it's 1 year, maybe it's 2 years worth of savings that you have. Sometimes for some people it's only like 2 months or 6 months, right? But the longer that you wait to do something like this, like to work with someone like myself, the more likely it's going to be that you join the 90% of business owners that fail after the first year. Most people don't understand this. 9 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 1 year. Then out of those remaining about 9 out of 10 businesses, I think it's like another like 90% end up going out of business after 5 years. The reason why is because you don't have the right information, right? You might be trying, you're very highly disciplined, you are focused, you want to make this thing work, but if you don't have the right skill set or the right guidance, it just causes you to struggle. I think there was a statistic, it said like 10% of business owners actually invest in like business coaching. But then when you look at that statistic, right, only 1 out of 10 businesses succeed after 5 years. That means the 10% of people who did the coaching are the same 10% in a lot of cases, not all the time, but in a lot of cases that are still in business because they did the coaching. It's a very simple process, guys. If you want help and you are ready to kind of make an investment, it is a pretty significant investment, to be honest. It's trivial and insignificant compared to the results you're going to get. Like if you get a $50,000 month, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything how much you paid to get started. But it's just one of those things, if you're ready to grow, if you're serious about doing this, if you want some help, if you're ready to go and reach your goal, I just invite you to go ahead and click on the link inside the description either above or below the video to book a call with me to see if I can help you. Keep in mind, I can't help everybody. That's why we have to do the calls. I have to evaluate whether or not it's going to be a good fit, whether I think I can get you results. Because if I can't get you results, I don't really, make invitations for you to join the program because there's nothing worse than working together with someone who, really shouldn't be inside the program. So if you want some help, you want to see if you're a good fit, go ahead and click on the link inside the description either above or below the video. And I will talk to you soon. I will see you later. Have a great rest of your day.